Hi everyone. This is just the Chromebuster here. This video is quite different from the last one I did, and this is actually more to hopefully catch the community's attention. I'm going to do a demonstration. I actually have my microphone open so you can hear my screen reader today. For anyone who's not blind or who has never heard of a screen reader, a screen reader is basically a piece of software that converts any text coming from a program to speech. So TTS, you can often hear it referred to as. However, there is something that I want to demonstrate for everyone who has heard of Microsoft's Team Foundation Server, which is their developer collaboration software. They just came out recently with their Team Foundation Server 11. It's in beta. I actually have it installed on this computer. I'm running Windows 7 with the beta installed. And, most stuff like that has been relatively accessible. However, I would like to demonstrate how inaccessible the configuration of this software is, and what's even stranger is like the way a screen reader will react to it. I happen to be using JAWS for Windows right now. Now, of course, I could be testing it with Windows and it wouldn't matter because it would do the same thing. So it wouldn't really matter. So I'm just going to stick with JAWS because that's what's open. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same. And most of their... See, the interesting thing about this is that most of their server software has been relatively accessible out of the box. Well, this absolutely isn't. And I'm going to show you why. And I hope that this video is a message to the community, stating that there needs to be better accessibility in some of these big, server-side products. I mean, just because you get blind people doesn't mean that, there aren't people interested in like server configuration and stuff like that, as I am. So, okay, so I'm gonna go to, whoops, actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna do a search for it. So, I'm gonna do search for Foundation, see what that, nice, it brought up the admin console of Team Foundation Server Beta 11, which is what I was intending. Okay, and hopefully it's opening.
Please wait while the application opens. Team Foundation Server
Okay.
Administration Console. Preview. Catherine-Lab open. Application tier open. To move through or expand items, use the arrow keys.
So we're at the application tier of the configuration console. However, it's kind of pointless to even show you that because we don't have anything configured here, and I'm going to go try and... Oops. Now, if you'll notice, I'm sort of tabbing around the window because that's the way we navigate these windows like this that have the, multi-control dialog boxes.
Help.
Whoops. And now, that's reading relatively okay.
Refresh.
And looks like I just lost my place. But as you'll see,
Label underline action link. Preview.
there's something that should be read there that's clearly not. Now, for those of you who understand this, for applications that are not completely accessible, which of course, we deal with those on a daily basis, there's actually a facility in the JAWS for Windows screen reader that allows you to use a special cursor routing. It's you can route your cursor to different areas of a window that aren't accessible, straight out of the box, and then typically then you can initiate whatever action, simulate left click, simulate right click. So but although that doesn't work in this application, which is the most interesting thing I've ever seen, and I'm going to actually show you what it does do instead.
Root JAWS to PC.
So you'll hear root JAWS to PC. That means that I rooted the cursor, so I'm just going to...
Team Foundation Server
up and down arrow, so we're obviously at the top of the window there. Yeah, but see, it doesn't show you what the normal cursor doesn't allow the screen reader to see. There's really something wrong with that. People really need to change that. So I have no idea what that option is right there because I can't see it.
Label underline action link. Label underline action link. Refresh.
Now that is labeled very strangely. I have no idea what that is either.
Help. Label preview. Catherine.
But,
Label underline action link. Label
however,
underline action.
I have no choice but to click on it just to see what it is.
Team Foundation Server Configuration Center. List box.
And of course, it brings us into the configuration center, which that one reads okay, I guess. However,
List box. Microsoft.
Whoops.
Team Foundation.
however, when you go into the list box, now, this is the most strangest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a screen reader do this. So,
Microsoft.teamfoundation.controls.wpf.navigation tree item.
if you guys could understand that,
Microsoft.teamfoundation.controls.wpf.navigation tree item.
Microsoft.teamfoundation.controls.wpf navigation tree item. What the heck is that? How the heck, is anyone supposed to know which one they're on if they're using text-to-speech software the way this program is configured right now? You would not be able to tell because whatever control is being implemented behind here is clearly not recognized by any of the screen readers, although it must be picking up some kind of information because we're strangely getting the name of the control, which is kind of odd. And that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to bring to hopefully Microsoft's attention if they see this video. I'm really hoping they do.
Microsoft.teamfoundation.controls.wpf.navigation tree item.
So, I have no idea where I am, which is kind of the point. And
Start wizard button to
so,
activate. Press
in order to
space
see
bar.
where I am, I actually have to start the wizard, regardless if I'm clicking the wrong one. But there's no way I can tell because of the way it's set up. So, oops. Oh, what is this?
Team Foundation Server flashing.
Oh,
Team Foundation Server Administration Spin status. Cam Studio inbox desktop flashing. Team Foundation Server Administration console. Team review button to
No.
activate. Next button to activate.
Oh, wait a minute.
Help improve. Click here.
What
Click
is
here.
this?
Click here. List box. Microsoft.teamfoundation.controls.wpf.navigation tree item.
no, I'm not even sure where I am. Alright,
Click here link. Click here link.
now there are two links. All I know is click here. It's not specifying anything of interest, which this really needs to be fixed because,
Click here link. Help improve setup. You can submit information.
and again, that's just a customer improvement program. That's not really relevant to what I'm trying to show you guys.
Next button to activate.
So
Space
I'm
bar.
going to click next, and
Review button to cancel list box. Microsoft
Where-
use any underlying existing SQL Server instance radio button checked. To change the selection, press up or down arrow X.
now I have no idea which configuration I'm on because for Team Foundation Server there's Advanced, which is the multiple server configuration, Standard, which is a single server but it has a lot more SharePoint integration stuff, and then the basic configuration, which is all I was trying to configure on here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So now
Use any underlying existing SQL Server instance.
now that should say use an existing. I don't know why there's an underscore in the middle there. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. However, there should be another radio button here. But then when I try to arrow up and down to toggle between them,
Blank.
it just
Use any underlying.
drops me somewhere.
Blank.
It's like
Use any underlying.
there's no way to change it. I should be able to just arrow up and down, and the screen reader should be able to identify that there are two radio buttons there. However, the second one is obviously not labeled adequately enough for the screen reader to be able to translate the text in there into speech. And these next two areas of the screen, I don't even know what to call them because I'm getting no voice input here. Or rather no speech feedback, I should say.
Root JAWS to key blank. Recycle bin over team foundation.
Yeah, and of course,
Recycle bin.
as you can see, the
Easy cursor.
special rooting mechanism, the JAWS cursor it's called, can't even stay focused in the window. That's just awful.
Previous button to
It's terrible.
activate. Next button to activate.
So then
Press
there's
spacebar N.
previous and next. However, what's the point of clicking on anything if I don't know what these fields are supposed to be?
Review button to activate.
That's
Cancel button to
kind of the
activate.
point.
Press space.
So,
Team foundation ser- Yes button
yes,
to
I do.
activate.
Now,
Press
at least it'll
spacebar.
read that dialogue. Finally, we get one that it'll actually read for us.
Team foundation server configuration center. Start wizard button to activate.
Now, I have no idea which one I was just on. However, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. I simply wanted to show you guys that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in making this particular console accessible. And as you know, and as I see more of these, I'm gonna do, more demonstrations because I want the community to start seeing like all the work that needs to be done to make some of these, higher up applications accessible. Basically, my whole message to the community in this particular video is that, just because, screen readers have to focus, or companies rather choose to focus on, the more consumer-related applications, just because 90% of the population does not use Team Foundation Server on a regular basis, that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be made accessible for the 10% that do. It's as simple as that. More techie individuals should be given the same rights as those who only care about Microsoft Office. Every application possible should be made accessible regardless of its population numbers. Anyway, that's it for this, and I hope that people comment, subscribe, rate, whatever. If you have any questions, please ask, because the more questions people have, the more I can channel them off to the right people, hopefully. In fact, I already mentioned this concern to Microsoft. I believe they're looking into it. However, I think that if people see this video, it will help demonstrate exactly what people mean when they say equal focus on consumer applications should also be taken on, more administrative applications such as Team Foundation Server. Thank you very much for listening, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.